Hello everyone, whenever you are, and welcome back to Phoenix Iwaki. An absolute pleasure to have you all here. So many people all active in chat already. Hey everybody, how you doing? Papa Dragon, thank you for the subscription. Absolute pleasure to have you here as always. Phantom, how you doing? Kaflop, hello. Nice. Let's go. Kaflop, can you help us out? We're trying to decide if it's a goblin or a frog.
Or Yoda?
Or Yoda. Could be a Yoda. Could be excited to be Yoda.
Goblin.
Hey, Shalay, how you
We
doing?
discussed this at length.
The headbanging one definitely looks like Yoda.
And yeah, it's good to have everybody here already. Those of you joining in the VOD squad as well later on, thank you for Goblin. Okay,
Goblin.
thank you very much. the other one's definitely a goblin. The one with the nat ones there is definitely a goblin. It was the first one. It was too up close and personal. Right. Hey, Bolly, how you doing? Now, thank you for the follow, Arnie. Arnie's the man. You are. You just followed the channel. You are the man for the next 2 hours at least.
Arigato, the man.
Yes, arigato indeed. Thank you, Arnie. I hope you're doing well. Check out your Twitch Whispers later on. We'll give you a invitation to our followers Discord. Anyone else out there who's not a follower already, please consider jumping in. And you can get into our Discord, share your projects, look for players, look to be a player, share art, all sorts of nice things going on in there. I saw Lee posted in the food channel today, trying a Scotch egg for the first time. I wonder how they did. Important.
I did that at a Renaissance fair in Annapolis.
Finally, someone says my nickname right. Yay! I got it. Yeah, full confession. I almost went with Arnie's Diam, but no, it's not quite. It wasn't it. Cannot speak.
It's Arnie's Damon, obviously.
Demon. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Right. Speaking of demons, should we go back to Ravenloft? Right. Okay.
No.
Morning to me, Bjorn, Esmeralda, and Edgar.
Hello.
Clap, 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 clap. It's your morning clap.
Morning.
Good job. Good job. Well done.
Good evening.
Yes. Only good morning to Edgar actually.
Yes.
Esmeralda, Bjorn, and I are
Right,
at the other
The
end
rest
of
of us
the
are in
day.
Asia.
Yeah, we've got the head start. But
We're in the
The
future.
future is good.
ooh,
No, I don't know. Our dollars. Sorry. The yen is trash, but the future is good.
Hang on. Silver linings. Okay, right.
Not winning.
Amber linings. Okay, now, as we are jumping into things here, let us say a massive thank you to TCRPG. They are sponsoring all of our shows at the moment with fabulous giveaways to all of these things. Not quite Friday yet, Arnie. No, we've got an hour and 40 minutes left. At the end of the session, it will be Friday. Right, okay.
Half
Now,
hour.
Then we have a full day of teaching, and then we can finally sleep.
well, no, there's 2 more D&D sessions before that. What are you talking about? Okay. Oh, and a Deadlands session. Now, yeah.
I'm just gonna be here on Monday.
And I cannot
y'all
wait.
Monday.
Thank you. Faultless
I'm psyched for
transition.
that.
Monday, we have a very special one-shot featuring the beautiful work of our friend Scarlet Song, who you can see in Wild Beyond the Witchlight tomorrow, or later today, wherever you are in the world. And we are going to be featuring one of her one-shots. She does these beautiful one-shots over on her Patreon, and we are going to be featuring one of them with Bjorn here, aka Shez, and our good friend Swag as well, and special
playing a pirate.
guest, a pirate, nice, and special guest, very special guest, none other than Dead Aussie Gamer will be joining us for that. It's going to be fabulous. Shez, look forward to it. He is a pleasure to play with.
I've heard
Absolute
great
pleasure.
things.
They're all deserved. Okay, everyone. So as we jump into things, yes, CGRPG is sponsoring us their new Encounters in Ravenloft or Encounters in Barovia, your choice of fantastic products to drop into your game. Put them in your campaigns, play them as one-shots. It's all fabulous, fabulous stuff. And Arnie's the man, thanks for the Twitter follow too. I didn't even say my socials yet. Well done. You found me. Oh, there's a link on this channel. I just remembered. Okay. Yes, if you, like Arnie's Demand, would like to follow the Twitter or our YouTube or the Instagram, here are the socials. You can get all the news about what's going on, exciting guests coming up in our charity giveaways, all of these fun one-shots that we like to do, and things like that. Remember, next month, just a few weeks away, we're doing our No Kid Hungry charity stream with those fabulous, fabulous guests. James Hake, Kelsey Duran from the Arcane Library, Johnny Stanton of the Cleveland Browns, the Felted Friends from Perception Studio, Dead Aussie Gamer once again, because we love him a lot, and Quincy from Quincy's Tavern. Just too many amazing people.
Quincy's so good.
Yes, I cannot wait. Lots and lots of not at all, honest man. If there's a link on my channel, I cannot blame you for being weird to finding the Twitter.
What they're there for.
Papa, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, you can get yourself the fabulous chance to win lots of awesome prizes, courtesy of our partners over at the Games Tavern for this fantastic charity stream, and for a very, very good cause, of course. Every donation helps to get meals and sort supplies so that they can give them... Oh, speak of the devil, there he is, Quincy's Tavern. Hello, sir. How you doing? I hope you finished... Did you defeat, speaking of raveny things and Barovian things, did you defeat that big scary raven in that game you were playing? I love the aesthetic of that game. It was so beautiful. It was like really simple, but it was like really nicely designed and beautiful. Sorry, I forget the name of the game, but it was really cool. I hope you managed to defeat it, sir. And
That was the name of the game too.
You did. Lol. Nice. Say again, sorry? Oh, what was the name of the game? Yeah. What was that game called, Quincy?
Name drop, Quincy.
By the way, Quincy, while you're here, did you see who's in your session for No Kid Hungry? It's you and Dead Aussie Gamer, which is madness enough already. Death's Door.
Death's Door.
Nice. Check it out, everyone. It was cool. It looks very nice. Nice. Quincy, yes, you're going to be playing with Dag, which is, I mean, going by the last session you had together, is going to be madness already. Throw on top of that the one-shot roulette dynamics that we have already. And you'll be playing with the Felted Friends and Ryan from Perception Studio. So if you want to come and see Quincy with some puppets, we're not allowed to call them that, Felted Friends, as we have Brian and Cucumber, along with their beleaguered DM, who's going to get the chance to be a player. barely manages to get a word in edgeways. We got these mouthy muppets. And yes, it's going to be fabulous. Can't wait, mate. Can't wait. Thank you for joining us.
I think legally we're not allowed to call them Muppets either.
Probably not. No. Can you get content strict for that?
Jim Henson's eyes just opened in his grave.
Hey, thank you, Charlie, for that, my friend. How you doing, mate? I hope you're ready to get back into the Feywild soon. Now, everyone, let us say, yes, a massive thank you. Again, ! Enter in chat for the chance to win Encounters in Ravenloft or Encounters in Barovia from CZRPG. Also, wonderful sources of music over on the YouTube channel. The link I put in there before in chat. Head over there, give us a follow, and you get links to all of the sources of music that we use, including some new ones. We have 3 new pieces of music today, specifically chosen for these 3 people, and we are going to be jumping into that, and you can get them in your games as well. That said, also a massive hello and thank you and we love you to Emma City Art, who did these beautiful portraits for us, all of them now, as we have Bjorn's as well.
I love it.
Yes,
so much.
it goes well done, Bjorn. Head over there to their Twitter and give them a commission if you are able to catch them with the commissions open. Fabulous stuff. They did these ones, they did our Rainbow the Frost Maiden ones, beautiful things. Now, that said, let us jump in to this session of Barovia and Beyond. Our adventurers were in the Amber Temple, attacked by the reborn, reformed, renovated adventuring party that Strahd had killed, changed into vampire spawn, and put here in the Amber Temple to surprise random people coming through. And they attacked them, and there was a vicious fight, and there's magics going off here, there, and everywhere, and it was a hard-won fight, but win they did. And as they caught their breath on the steps leading up to the library above, which is said to be which is said to hold all of the information that they need to find how they can reinstate the Ladies of the Thanes and return Barovia to the material plane. They saw that Rilena, their old friend Zenicus' sister, had gone over to one of the sarcophagi, the amber sarcophagi, with their dark powers lurking within, promising power and gifts, just for the simplest of promises. Rilena made a connection with the Corpse Star and was given the power to resurrect, which she used very promptly as she went over to one of the slain vampire spawn and knelt down at their side. And as she did, she closed her eyes, channeled the energy given to her by the dark power, And as the vampire spawn was brought back to life, their eyes opened, and they looked shocked, but also with recognition, up into the sunken cheeks and corpse-like visage of her sister. As this vampire spawn from this adventuring party had been Xenicus and Rilena's sister, Ilana. And that is where we left things last time. Let us have a quick shout out to these wonderful people down here, and let's see what is going on. Edgar, who are you in real life? Who are you playing, and where are you at, sir?
Hello everyone, I'm Mason. I play Edgar Phelan, the Sporger in the Park. And currently, he's more surprised about seeing one of the Dead Party members being Xenicus' sister.
Sorry, dude. Question.
Oh, yes.
On Zoom, if you go down to the microphone thing and click the pop-up menu, is that microphone that's so nicely situated right next to your mouth selected as the one that's actually being used? Because it doesn't sound like it.
Is that better?
It's a million
Miles
times better. Jesus Christ.
I knew it.
I say anything, but damn, dude. I can't believe I didn't notice it on pre-show banter.
Okay. Apparently, it was attached to this blue snowball that was way over yonder with my hat on top.
Surprised it picked up anything. Oh my god.
Okay. Shout out to Blue Snowball for being able to pick up anything as well.
No, hold on, they're not a sponsor.
No, that's not. So, Edgar, sorry, where's Edgar at again?
So, Edgar is currently, right now he's not very, right now he is very surprised seeing one of the Dead Party members being Xenicus' sister, more so than he is surprised about, the other sister basically getting the necromantic arts for it, as he's familiar with it.
Indeed.
And
He's like a raccoon. Or a mapak.
Thank you. Watch yourself, sir.
Alright, so hold on.
Sporger in the park.
That'd be cool.
Yes.
We have
Edgar,
like dragon folk and frog folk. We can't just call him a straight up raccoon folk.
Edgar is a Mapak from the Humblewood setting from Hit Point Press. There's fabulous people at Hit Point Press. Thank you, Edgar. Moving on, Esmeralda. Who are you in real life? With your dinosaurs in tow and...
Yes.
Wait, what?
Who are you playing? Where are they
Dinosaurs
at?
in here?
Yes, hello, my name is Marin. I am playing Esmeralda Davenir, the Raid 4 in Blaze singing the Sani Battle Master.
It's,
Am
no,
I
your,
right easy this time?
it's your turn for your mic to be with, by the way.
Oh, my
Is it
hands
right?
are not in the wrong place.
I know, right?
How's... Hello?
It's okay, but it's not as good as normal. So I was
Well,
just
I can
curious.
just check out this one and try just going all in.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, right now is good.
Okay, great. No Sirenscape for me tonight then.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you.
It's okay.
I'll like describe the music to you.
Please do. I want a running commentary. I'm
Set the
overhearing.
mood.
It's pretty good right now.
It's pretty good. Great. Thank you for that.
Yeah. It's like a 6 or 7. Yeah, it's not bad.
I just accepted no music
DM
in my
notes
head.
that must try
Explain
harder.
it
Must try
just in
harder.
scale. Like,
Whoa, we just become an 8. What's this? John, what are you doing back there? Got a little like DJ booth.
How dare you?
I haven't DJ'd in a long time, but I used to. Esmeralda, sorry.
Did. Yes.
Everyone in the UK.
Yes. Esmeralda, I came on in chat. Where is Hez at? She is in a state of shock because she was trying to protect Zenica's sister.
Mhm.
And it seems like she might have been the wrong one the whole time. So she's trying to figure out exactly what's going on with this. And
Fair.
and hopefully Zenicus isn't gonna kill her when he finds out.
Indeed.
Need
Well,
the help?
I was asking him various questions about his backstory out of the blue on Discord, and he didn't seem too panicky or suspicious, so we'll see how he goes. Oh,
Alright.
Fulminato, thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you for the offer of the best followers, primes, and viewers on
Oh,
Mount
Didn't
Viewers.
read that.
But
Yeah, maybe not.
we do have to say adieu. Okay.
Rip.
Last but not least.
delete.
Hello,
doing?
I'm Shez in real life. I'm Shez Lens on all socials. I'm Bjorn Hardborn on this Barovia Beyond game. I'm a B-side paladin. I basically a werebear. You know, I spent a lot of time in the woods just being a bear, just hanging out, you know, shitting in the woods and such. And I'm good.
True.
I'm glad you stuck.
Where else are you gonna go?
At last, the truth is out.
I knew it.
All movements confirmed.
No, I specifically shifted back into a human just to like use washroom normally. Who would do that? I'm presently struck between Bjorn at this moment in time has his faith is shaken because he's just, you know, been hearing all these voices about like, you know, like all this different power available to you, and he just saw this, you know, person who is struggling with temptation just completely give in and like, you know, completely awaken all this new power. And also I have a shiny new longsword. I'm just like, holy shit, man, a lot is happening on this one same day.
Indeed.
And also I think this Lich King might be giving me the eyes.
It's happening in one direction, but I don't think it's that direction.
Sorry for everyone using headphones.
Oh, right. So, welcome everybody.
Yeah, let's just ignore everything.
As we return to the preserved library, which is almost not preserved anymore, as they tried to dispel magic on it at the start, which is what caught the attention of the Lich. And then they revitalized the Lich. Yeah, they gave him a good...
You're welcome.
Peanuts, hello, long time no see. How you doing? Thank you for the bits. Much appreciated.
Be-liching? Oh, like be-witching. Oh, nice. Well done. It took me a second.
Oh, right. Okay, so, as we return to the Amber Temple, let me bring you over. Oop. Up. Yeah, oh, you're already there. Hey. And...
I'm still unprepared.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay. And bring you over there. So, Edgar, why are you on fire? Oh, yes, there's some armor or something.
So fire shield.
Edgar, why are you burning right now?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's fine.
So the DM realizes he must take more notes. He's like, why are you on fire?
Like sauteed mushrooms, yeah, man.
Now, the newly resurrected sister of your friend Xenicus, let's see, Ilana, sorry, I was trying to, where is it? I couldn't find it, where it was. Ilana, is clambering unsteadily to her feet and looking at Rilena, who has, you know, taken on this corpse-like visage as the cost of this gift that she was given. And she's like, what did you do? You can see her hair as she shifts, because of course Rilena and Ilana are both
Eladrin?
Eladrin, thank you. Are both Eladrin as well, like Xenicus was. And she looks past Rilena and kind of starts a little as Extantus is like, oh, hello. Right next to them. And he starts wandering over and starts making his way back up the stairs. But Ilana gives a small cry of shock and despair as she sees her adventuring party dead and pallid. And she runs over and falls to her knees next to them.
So awkward.
Over here. And just
I didn't do it.
sobs.
Well, not the first time.
she's like, we were fools. We should have just done what we came here for and left. We don't know, why were you here? She's like, looking for you, of course. There's a flush of summer through her hair. Although the colours are somewhat muted, as the effect of the corpse star seems to extend to her Eladrin aspects as well. And Ilana looks up. Is he here? To you, Bjorn, you're the closest. Oh, sorry, I didn't do your token yet. My bad.
No worries. Do you mean like that vampire guy who killed you, or like somebody else? Is who here?
Strad von Zarovich.
John, remind me, is Strahd locked in like a diamond or something?
He is locked in a puppet of himself.
Okay. No, he's in like a mannequin or a puppet or something. I wasn't there, but I heard, somebody beat him.
And her eyes narrow. She's like, oh, Blinsky, I knew it.
Cool, sure.
You guessed correct. That's exactly what happened.
Poor Blinsky. Don't you put that on Blinsky. Poor man.
It was definitely him.
Oi.
Whoever, whatever name you just said just now, it was him. Or them.
Shez doesn't, but Bjorn knows who Blinsky is. Blinsky is a toy maker in Vallaki.
Oh, the toy maker in Vallaki. Yeah. I've heard he does good work. I guess.
Vampire Lord trapping good work apparently.
It's so wild that my character knows more than me. I have to play this character.
Can't we
He's
work
got your
together?
back.
Okay.
This is my first dramatic irony.
And she's like, well, at least he's been dealt with. Congratulations for succeeding where we failed.
Hey, no problem.
I'm just like taking the credit for what I did.
Again, I was not there. I will maybe pass it along.
Bjorn, do you have night vision?
Let me double check my futures and trades.
It's right on the top page on your senses on the left side. Like where your passive perception and everything is.
Oh, I do have dark vision of 60 feet.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you.
Sorry, I feel bad, so I'm actually setting up your token.
Cool. No worries, man. Thanks.
Aw.
I've gotten fairly quick at it these days.
Like he's been playing D&D for 1,000 years.
No, only 3 and a bit.
Really? Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah, I'm fairly new
That's
to the
1,000
hobby.
sessions, surely.
Yeah, right. fair. 60 feet. There we go.
I just assumed you were the reincarnation of Gary Gygax himself.
Cantankerous old dude. Thaco. Okay.
Don't hit me with those Stakos. Oh my god.
Oh, sorry.
There's 2 of me.
Not there anymore. Ignore
Okay, cool.
the outside of the walls.
Should I move myself where I used to be? Okay, cool.
I did. There you go. And
There's just a giant part of the map now that's just illuminated, but there's nothing
I know,
there.
sorry.
No
It's because
worries.
you've got Explorer mode turned on, so it just remembers what you've seen.
I'm into it. It looks like the moon, which is trippy.
True.
Are we on the moon, John? Is this the moon?
No comments.
Oh no! No wonder I'm a werebear.
That's why there's so many rabbits around.
Japanese reference.
Ah.
They're like making buns or whatever. We've all seen that movie with the rocket. I actually haven't seen it.
Okay, sorry everyone, I was distracted by making a token for my friend here. But now we have proper tokens. Not that you can see it, because it's disappeared on roll 20. But at some point in the
You
near
can see it
future,
though, and it's
it
beautiful.
will appear.
Yeah,
Alright.
I assume.
There you go, I changed your avatar as well.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Now you're big and blue. No. Okay. So, yeah, she turns to Helena, she's like, and looks up at you, she's like, please, you must help me bury them. And not in those crates of dirt.
Edgar kind of pat down the stairs. And he's
I'll
like,
follow behind Edgar since I'm just literally on top of the staircase right now.
Mhm.
Just T-posing at the top, I'm assuming.
Just yelling
And-
down to her because apparently I was the closest.
and
And then
Edgar
she-
goes, nay, little one. Some of them can still be of assistance.
I'm like,
No.
Edgar, my man, I think maybe just drop it this time, man. Maybe let this one go. Maybe absolutely no. Usually when you do this, no one can mourn the dead, and someone is fully mourning for the first time right now.
Oh, my apologies. I took it the wrong way. Well, yeah, let me.
Let's find other bodies for you.
Yeah. There's like a dead wizard a few doors back
True,
in a blue robe or something.
true.
Yep.
And we can
Let's
just kill
see.
the guy who threw fireballs at us.
Exanta's like, no, sorry, I need him.
But yeah, Edgar, time and place, man, time and place.
Now, as a monster hunter, presumably would know if is there anything wrong with, like, is there a correct way to dispose of vampire spawn, basically?
Um,
Do you
They-
burn them or like?
They are, I believe. Yeah, let's double check actually.
I have holy water with me. I could sprinkle them if that helped. Like, just don't want to cause any problems down the line.
My first instinct was to suggest.
Good Lord, John, your disembodied head.
Oh my god. It's honestly better than the time he was a skull.
You think that you kind of you realize that they do have regeneration. They should, unless they're in running water or direct sunlight, be regenerating, but they're not.
Okay.
And you think it must be some part of the gift of the corpse star, some effect from the dark powers here, that is keeping them down, because they should be regenerating and coming back to attack.
Is this
Okay.
common knowledge or is it just?
No, Esmeralda's a monster
Okay.
hunter. Yeah.
So would my insight for that then be that if they're moved from the influence of the corpse star, they would revive again. So we would ideally, if we want to bury them, perhaps, do something first.
Sorry, I keep freaking out. I keep thinking your camera's like busting out of the frame because there's something on the backdrop behind everything, and it lines up. Not now because you moved, but it was lining up perfectly with your shoulder. It's just like,
Oh, really?
It looks like you go down through the smoke. Hey Lee, how you doing? But yeah, actually, yeah, you say. You know that if they left this place, then they probably would. Yes, so it might actually be a good idea to put them back in the crates.
So like my first instinct is to suggest cremation, just because I don't know how things work with vampires and whatever. But usually when you burn something, it stays ash. Maybe keep it ash.
Extanta, the lich, so he's like, no bonfires beneath the library, please.
We can have the fires somewhere else. There's a guy shooting fireballs like literally like a block away.
Yeet them out into the hall. Bye.
It's like, we can notice them. It's like, we are grave robbers, come to plunder your temple.
Go get them, man. Stop shitting up there.
I do not say that.
If you wish, I can at least help make it easier with two of them.
You can just burn them with your little paws.
I swear to God, man, you better not be suggesting something wacky again.
Not in a necromantic way.
Okay.
And Edgar will sit down to the
Yikes.
well, like he pauses and like, well, not in a necromantic bad way.
No,
And
necromancy with a romance? Like, where is this going?
Necromancy?
and Edgar is going to sit down in front of one of the corpses in front of him, and he's going to cast Gentle Repose on it.
Okay. Thank you. And yes.
Master, one of your favorites.
Does that just make it
What do you like the most?
stay dead gently?
It
Is it like 10
doesn't.
days?
It's protected from decay and can't become undead for
Nice.
10 days.
Although
What if it's already been undead?
Yeah. Esmeralda, you think that the regenerative abilities are kind of keeping them fresh-ish. Fresh.
I might,
Maybe
perhaps
save
if I
the
see him
spell
starting to
slot
cast that,
by
I'm
guy.
just think perhaps it's not necessary based on,
Yeah.
the corpse star's influence.
Indeed.
And
What
perhaps
if we
information-
put them in a very nice box and then we rub Edgar's shield on the box? The shield is made of fire. It takes care of it.
And Edgar is the shield. Like, it's just rub Edgar on the
It's
box.
him,
Yeah.
yeah. Just hugs the box
It's like-
until it sets on fire.
Yeah.
By the way,
That's
are
how
you
he
still on
posed.
fire? The
That's like
fire
10
icon's
minutes, so
still
he
on
might
your
be.
character.
It might be.
Yeah, like
We have like a minute to do this.
Ilana.
How does
Ilana says,
Well,
Ilana says, are you
yeah.
some kind of elemental?
No,
Uh,
he's just a boy covered in fire. It's okay.
Rilena actually turns to you and she says, look, this is something my sister needs to do, and you have what you need to do. And she turns to Extanta, the Lich. Help them find what they need, and I will help my sister. And she
Like,
nods
like,
at Ilana and nod back, and the two of them start to carry Ilana's ex-adventuring party towards the crates one by one, arms and legs, as Extanta kind of hobbles up the stairs. Well then, shall we?
I lean over to Marin and
Marin?
to Esmeralda and Edgar and be like,
so what in here? Where is
That's
she?
a lean and a half all the way up
oh
to
my
the
god. I lean all the
She's
way over
away.
to like annoying. Are we cool with what just happened? Like with all the corpse star and the resurrection, and are we cool with all of that? Is that just okay for that to have happened?
Well,
I mean, ultimately, it's not our call, is it?
right,
That's what she
it
came
is.
for, apparently. She came here to save her
It-
sister, and she saved her sister, and she was willing to pay the price. If I could have
Wow.
stopped it, I would have, for Zeneca's sake, but if this is what she wanted, ultimately, who are we to say
Yeah.
no?
Yeah, she is the agent of our own actions. All right, man.
We can't
Alright,
do it anyway.
Esmeralda's words, I very well agree with. Bjorn.
Okay, in that same fashion, let's irreparably change the course of history and
Yay!
bring back the ladies of the Danes. Marin, were you here for when John told us that doing this might also unleash the Lich into the material plane?
No.
Yeah, so like that's what we're doing, like one, we get the ladies of Danes back, but on the downside, maybe Lich and material plane not great thing.
Okay.
Good side, he's kind of staying inside. He's not going anywhere.
That's true.
outside the
He's
library.
waiting for people to come to him.
Yeah.
And again, they're all agents of their own actions,
Not
which we
really
just agreed we're
comforting you
cool
very
with.
much right now.
pointing at Rilena and Valena. We just said we're
You're
cool with
setting
this,
me
right?
up. I'm not
Look,
sure.
be
I think
cool.
it's a slightly different scale of events. Just say, like letting someone save a sister versus, loosing a Lich on the material plane.
Look,
But
I don't think I've been to the
I mean,
material
yeah, there's
plane
you
in a
guys have a
while.
connection. Perhaps you can figure
But
something
like, how many liches are already on the material plane, right? Do we even know?
What's one more lich? Like.
Guys,
I
I
thought
just
it was new
realized
that session. This is hilarious. And I probably would have tried to stop her if I was there.
a lich in this setting is just billionaires in the real world. It's just billionaires. How many billionaires are there already? Does anyone even know? Would one more make that much of a difference? They're technically immortal. Right? Think about it. They're always trying to shift into another world, usually Mars. The Mars-terial plane? Think about it. Okay, so we're upstairs now?
John, just like I'm moving them out of here.
For the second time this week, I feel moved to say the views and opinions expressed by the players of Phoenix Iwaki are not those expressed by the channel themselves.
What was the first time?
I can't remember. Okay, so Exanta, skitters up the stairs ahead of you, his little bony feet clicking away, and you clamber up the stairs after them, and once again find yourself in amongst the comfy chairs and candelabras and towering bookshelves. And Exanta turns to you all. Please feel free to shift around. Right, well,
See right here.
how can I help? What is it that you are looking for? It is the least I can do. I know these books inside and out. Several times over. I've been here a long time.
Oh. Well then, couldn't you just explain to me the info I need or where to find it in this book?
What do you need?
Well, we want to restore the sites, so any information on that for the Lady of the Thanes.
Aren't they the fey beings that Strahd stole the powers from and did away with?
Yeah, and we're like
Well?
anti-Strahd, right? Like you're also like kind of anti-Strahd, right?
I couldn't
Well-
care one jot either way.
Hell yeah, dude.
But you are correct, Exanta. Yes.
Interesting. Yes. I remember it as if it was yesterday. Young, starry-eyed Strahd von Zarovich, mortal, comes trotting in here. He came back several times, always looking for a way to escape. Silly boy, silly boy. Now, what was it? And it just like starts moving around the space, like muttering to himself and like absent-mindedly gesturing to his left and right as his mage hand shoots up and grabs various different books from around. I would like you to also have a look for yourselves as well. Could everyone roll me an investigation check?
Sure.
Um,
21.
Got a 10 plus 0, so 10.
I got a +8.
Damn, dude.
oh, nice. I got a 6.
Okay.
How have you
The
min-maxed
skill
your
monkey.
character? It's so hard.
No, I'm just a skill monkey.
Hey, hope how you doing?
Hayo
Good to see you. Good to see you. So Esmeralda, you as Exanta and everyone is looking. Edgar and Bjorn, you find some other strange books, and again, remember all of them are
Little manga
blank.
section.
Yeah, all the
I
spines
find
and
like
the
a
covers and
level
the
10 paladin
pages.
for dummies.
Nope, they're all blank. I mean, maybe
Oh
you did,
right,
but you
yeah, I
can't
can't
read
read it. Maybe I did. Yeah, who knows?
Now, actually, it makes sense. It makes sense that Esmeralda got this because I believe you've seen its twin when it was in
I
the
thought of that,
in the possession of one Arakocra ranger, and it was given back to Strahd in return for your release from the castle.
So it was.
Indeed, and you find a supple leather-bound journal, which is identical to that, which was a renegade child. Thank you. Identical to Strahd's diary that you had seen before.
Am I directed to this? Am I just looking around? Have I been given any idea of what to look for exactly? Or I missed a session with the library, so I'm not sure exactly what.
It is tucked away, almost as if hidden, but that investigation check was enough to dig it out. And you see, as you kind of flip it open, this one is not under the same magic as the other books in the library here, and it is covered with the spidery, scratchy handwriting of Strahd von Zarevich, as his other diary was.
If I write into it, does it write back to me? Is this a Horcrux?
No. Now, would you like to peruse that?
I would.
Okay.
I need to roll a perusing check.
No, you're good. So, as you are looking through that, Extanta comes, and there's a beleaguered mage hand shakily floating behind him, carrying several different books.
Oh.
And Extanta is speaking the command words of each one, and you can see the lettering appearing on the bindings and the covers of each one as it floats over. And he puts them down on the floor. Basically, there are no tables here, ill-advisedly. But he puts them down on the floor here in front of it. He's like, these are the various tomes that he was pouring through. We have tomes and writings here on different ceremonies and rites of desecration and banishment. Edgar, you like this one. These are necromantic rituals. I believe they're used to siphon the power from others. And then this one is a tome of lore on the ladies themselves.
Wow.
This is a wealth
Thank
of
you,
knowledge.
Santa.
Asmel starts flopping into a chair and just immediately back into
Do we have
wizard
to
mode.
read?
Wow.
Do we have to read all of this ourselves? Can you just tell us what he
Can you
did
read?
not to undo
Actually, Jordan?
Bjorn can read. He has an intelligence of +0, but he can read.
I never have.
A Blade Singer fighter. Hope. This was
Super fun. I love it so much.
This was this is our best way to build Esmeralda Davenier from Curse of Strahd as an astral player, and Marin clap did a fantastic job of approximating as close as possible to the NPC Stocklock, and it is
So much fun.
pretty good representation of it.
It's occasionally annoying, I suspect.
And very tricky to kill. Although I have done it once, so can't complain, I suppose.
I know. I'm like, what else do you want from me?
One of the coolest characters in published canon. Yeah, absolutely, Charlie.
No pressure, right?
Second that. Make an audio. You have to make audiobooks of these beyond. Here you go. Just in Extanta's voice.
Look, I can read. I'm just saying, do we have to? It's a lot of books.
Time! Start time with the lich. Close to them in front.
Do jump in on our good friend Hope's Twitter there, by the way. A fantastic force for good in the TTRPG space. Let me grab a link there. Wolves. Yes, Charlie.
I still have PTSD.
Beware the airwolves. Here, everyone. This is
the music's got sort of like a
this is
Kingdom
Hope's
Hearts, loading screen vibe. It's actually chill.
This is Hope's Twitter. Please head on over there and support a fantastic player and person in the space. Connected us with all sorts of wonderful people.
Fine, I'll follow Hope right
as always.
now.
And the Discord. Yes, indeed. And Hope was in one of our games as a little. And speaking of liches, they were delivering a liches phylactery, which at the end of Hope's game went through a portal into where was it? Barovia.
Like I said, how many liches phylacteries do we even know? There's so many. Maybe.
Yeah, Extantus is like, oh yes, no phylacteries around here. No, nothing. No, it's very hidden, far away.
Be cool, man.
The corner at the lamp.
Yes, Hope said goodbye to a Lich's Phylactery through a portal into Barovia before heading off with Desolate Gamer, actually, through another portal into Avernus, as you do.
As you do.
As you do.
You know, just go to hell or whatever.
Indeed, the hells, if you please. All nine of them.
The hells.
Yeah, I hope you can join us again someday, because it was an absolute pleasure.
That was a fun episode.
It was good. Emma's in this. By the way, Emma's in that game too. Hope, Emma did all this character art for these beautiful peoples here. Now,
It's fantastic.
sorry, lots of sidetracks. So yes, you do have to read through them, but we are hand waving this, and you can take that elusive short rest while you do so.
Real time reading on stream.
Yes.
Everybody.
I mean, myself, DLC Gamer, Robert Hartley, and everyone, we do book reading streams. But
No, I'm
But,
thinking about us reading silently in chairs.
yeah, aren't they gorgeous? Hope. Bjorn's is the
Yeah,
newest,
she's so
just finished
talented.
last week. But
Yeah, I do
Esmeralda's
love
is, and here let's just do a little focus here.
Yeah.
One last sidetrack. Sorry, you're not gonna get anything done tonight. Here is Edgar with his little campestry buddy.
Yee.
Sporlax. Take a picture or last
Nothing
longer.
anymore.
And then here is Esmeralda. By the way, in our game, Esmeralda has been killed and brought back by the Dark Pyres as a reborn. Spooky eyes, spooky eyes.
The same thing that Valena is?
Rilena.
No.
No. Relena's
No,
other
slightly
sister
different.
was.
Ilana.
Yes,
No,
Ilana.
Ilana was a vampire spawn.
Okay.
And
I'm not
here is
technically undead, I don't think.
Yawn. No, you are.
Am I?
Yep.
I thought,
think so.
I mean, for like, is it for
I thought your creature type
mechanical
was.
purposes?
Yeah, I think it was undead. You're undead and humanoid, I believe.
Okay, what do I check that? Is it my character sheet?
It'll be on the race description, on the character builder, on the editor part of it.
Okay.
Or
I feel like we
maybe
discussed this.
it might be under
Yeah.
features and traits under the racial ones.
Creature type, you are a humanoid.
Are you human? Please
feel
select
like we
every
discussed
picture that
this.
has a bus in it. Barovia Beyond, Esmeralda de Avenir, opening a new tab. Charlie's lurking. Everyone, perceive him until he can lurk no more. Thank you, Honest Demand. Yes, it is beautiful art. She did our Rime of the Frostmaiden art as well. Racial traits.
Yeah!
You are a humanoid.
you.
I stand corrected. Yeah, excuse me.
I feel like we discussed this before because I was like, how's this going to
Yeah.
impact, you know?
Natural 20. If you got it, folks, let
I
those
see you.
phoenixes fly.
You cannot escape me, Charlie.
I see that Streamlabs have updated their thing. Like, if you put emotes in the chat box, they show up in the chat box as the emotes. Like, they used to show up as the text name, or rather awkwardly. But there you go. lifestyle things. Okay, so you do pour through all of these books and cross-reference them and stuff, and look at this diary of Strahd's, and you find out. Let's have a look here. In the notebook there, Esmeralda, there are notes and things about how the powers contained in this temple here, how some of them escaped, and Strahd has hypothesized that they are feeding off his suffering and torment. And at the start of the book, he starts thinking about how there's potentially other areas like Barovia, other domains of dread, and he actually later on in the book does realize that there are other domains of dread, and he discovers that there are those called Mistwalkers, Edgar Phelan, who can travel between these different domains of dread. And it was then that he decided to harness that power and give the Vistani the ability to travel out of his domain, and hopefully gather information and intelligence about that. He also has notes on how he dealt with each of the Ladies of the Thames, which is stuff that he cross-referenced from these books, and you do find the original information in those other books, the Extanta Gods as well. I can give you the information right now, or you can just ask for it as you deal with that particular Lady of the Thane. There's a
Probably better.
section of notes on each lady, and they are the notes of how each stone circle was desecrated and how the power was taken. And you find out that he has discovered the domains of dread, which are the ideal prisons for their fey forms. And he details which they are and where they are.
Ooh.
And he mentions in his notes that he discovered this information from interrogating and torturing Mistwalkers, like Edgar.
That's not so nice.
And Keepers of the Feather as well. It seems in his notes here you see that the Keepers of the Feather are much more connected than you'd ever thought. And they seem to have collections of agents throughout the entirety of Ravenloft. So, Jesse, would you like to... Now remember we have 3 ladies. There's the Lady of the Forest Thane, the Lady of the Swamp Thane, and the Lady of the Mountain Thane.
We could totally start with the mountain one, if no one else has a preference. I'm down with that. Whatever.
What do you know about these places they're kept?
Also, from just the information that we have, can we deduce how to undo this?
Well,
Windex, it's fine.
The notes only describe how the stone circles were desecrated, not how they could be reconsecrated.
I guess that's not really a concern, is it?
And yeah, so they say how the stone circle of the Forest Thane, she is connected with ravens heavily, and Strahd sacrificed ravens at the stone circle and gave them to a trio of hags to bake into pies. Excuse me while I spam a certain emote in chat. There's a reason that our channel points are dream pies, everybody. It's because Curse of Strahd was the first thing we ever streamed. And the hags, not the ones that were killed by the Curse of Strahd crew. Well, actually, no. They actually weren't ever actually dealt with. They escaped, didn't they?
We came so close.
You did come very close. But the hags, the relatives of those hags down the line of ancestry are the ones that Strahd had. And they sacrificed these crows, breaking their necks and spilling their blood on the stone circle. And then the ravens were baked into pies and fed to the unknowing people of Barovia. And that went on for 1 year. And it was there that he was able to steal the power of the Lady of the Forest Thane.
He's like a real long game kind of guy.
Oh yeah.
So the answer either is
Vampires be like
spill the blood of everyone who's ever eaten a raven pie, or lots of eggs. I got this, guys.
And Edgar, you in particular, I think you know more about the Ladies of the Thanes and what they stand for. I think Bjorn has a more just like a kind of spiritual connection to them, and doesn't know that much about them per se. And
His heart's in the right place, though.
indeed. So Edgar,
I grew up religious, but I didn't go to religious school. You know what I mean?
you know that.
More spiritual.
Indeed.
Yeah, yeah, I'm spiritual, not religious.
You know that the Lady of the Forest Thane, also known as the Seeker, is intrinsically connected to the future, and has a lot of connections with Toroka reading Esmeralda.
Ooh.
And she is mentioned as being trapped in the domain of dread known as Har Akir, a unique place to suppress her abilities because it is a place focused on and obsessed with the past.
Oh.
Now, Edgar and Esmeralda, roll me a
Investigation?
no, roll me a history check to see. Let's see if you've
Ooh.
visited.
Hang on. Do I have... I think I might have proficiency in history.
Cool.
Yep, a proficiency in history. That gives me an advantage, right? No, that's an extra. I had my proficiency bonus. I'm sorry.
It's already added if you're
It's
proficient.
still such a high roll. Oh my god.
It's also +8 because I have proficiency. History
Nice.
26.
Wow.
I know everything.
Truly a
Edgar,
min-maxed character.
how about you?
I did
my
not play
apologies.
it that way. But
What was the roll again?
History. Sorry.
History. I got 18.
Okay. So yes, Esmeralda, you have passed through Har Akir.
oh, I've been there. Of course.
You
Like,
have.
do I remember this?
Well, yeah, that's what the check was.
I mean, after having died, I guess I might have, a flashback of it.
Well, with that check, yes, yeah.
Okay.
And you know,
I remembered something before I died. This is very exciting for me.
You know that Har Akir is a domain of the ancient dead. It is a desert domain, spotted with ancient tombs, lost gods, and vast pyramids rising up out of the sands. And there are mummies.
Well, place for
Ooh.
yay! Lovely vacation spot.
Indeed.
Here the sun is warm and the beaches are nice.
Reading on, a little too warm perhaps. The Lady of the Swamp Thane, Edgar, you know her to be known as the Weaver, is connected to the past. And her stone circle, I think, Edgar, you've seen this. You saw these in the visions when you got the stones as well. So you remember this as well. But it's confirmed here that Strahd did this on purpose and researched it cold-bloodedly and then carried these out. This one, Edgar, this one gets your blood boiling the most because they captured forest folk priestesses, Mapak priestesses, and tortured them until they denounced the Ladies of the Thanes as false gods. And at that point, one Baba Lysaga, the hag that was Strahd's nursemaid as a child, taught him his first magic. She cut out their hearts and presented them to Strahd, whereupon he took on the power of the Lady of the Swamp Thing. And you see that her connection with the past, her focus on the past, has been suppressed by sending her to a domain of dread which is very much in the present and nothing else. A domain of dread which is simply noted as the Carnival.
Oh.
Those of you watching, Charlie, I don't know if you're still in chat, those of you watching our Wild Beyond the Witchlight will know that the Witchlight Carnival is one of a pair. And the Shadowkai involved in running the Witchlight Carnival were once in charge of a very different carnival. And they met at one point and switched places. And the cursed carnival is still out there, and if that and the Witchlight Carnival were ever to meet again, the owners would be switched back. And the Shadowkai do not want that. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light do not want that to happen.
Oh my goodness.
It was great because Wizards of the Coast teased that certain books were teasing about things that were coming up in future books, and they... So in Van Rixen's Guide to Ravenloft, they mentioned this carnival, and then Wild Beyond the Witchlight came out with the twin carnival as well. It's so good. It's great.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's really cool. Then, lastly, sorry, Bjorn, but for no particular reason, the Lady of the Mountain Thing, who, Bjorn, you know this name as well, and Edgar, you know that she goes by the Huntress.
Oh, the Huntress.
Does not represent the present, because the forest folk and those who believe in the Ladies of the Things, they do not actually focus on the present, just the future and the past. And she represents death, but not in an evil way. She represents the natural passing of things. And Edgar and Esmeralda, you have experienced and visited with Edgar the Gulthias tree, which was one of the most holy sites of the Huntress, where the revered dead were buried at the roots of the tree and consumed by the Gulthias tree. And evildoers were strung from the Gulthias tree, never to be consumed by it. And which was, the ultimate punishment. And Strahd corrupted that site of the Ladies of the Mountain Thane by force-feeding the Gulthias tree undead. And Edgar, you remember this is your most recent vision when you're on top of Yester Hill. And the force-feeding of these undead beings into the Gulthias tree poisoned it and destroyed it. And he took the powers of the Mountain Thane. And this domain that's mentioned here as the prison for the Huntress is not one that either of you have heard of. It's called Ujaw. That's all that's mentioned.
Y'all ever heard of
Mysterious.
New Joe? Not
No.
familiar.
I can
That's-
just know about history, but I don't know that.
So do we have to go to New Joe to release her, or how does this work?
Well, the answer
somewhere.
will be wherever we find it.
Xanta seems very
Someone
interested
must
by this,
know.
and he kind of comes over. He's like, I've never even heard of that one either. That must be a new one, created
new one.
recently. The dark powers, from time to time, do capture something.
Any
evil.
ideas on how to
I see.
locate it?
Interesting.
You need the talisman. And Edgar, you know exactly what he's talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Esmeralda, you've heard of mist talismans, but you never used them because the Vistani didn't need to. But Edgar, this is what you and your fellow mistwalkers used. If you have a mist talisman which is connected to the destination that you are heading to, you can safely travel through the mists. Although it's a rather harrowing experience still. And if you are able to collect these mist talismans, you will be able to go to those domains. Now, this is a new domain of dread because it was created by something that happened in Japan last month.
Oh!
An earthquake? The earthquake?
Partly. There is a news story
This is
about
very
it.
good.
And it was perfect because I decided to use this story before I read the news story. Leave it. Yeah, yes, but yes. let's not spoil. If
Never
you know
mind.
it, you can get some hints. But
Yeah.
yes, let's not spoil it. At the end, they brought in Shinto priests to deal with
Yep.
this problem that happened, and as they performed the ritual, mists rose up over the whole site, and I was just like, "Holy fucking shit!"
You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Oh.
So
Ah,
the dark powers have captured
So cool.
a new dark lord,
I'm sure it's fine.
or is it lady? Not sure.
We're probably in like the darkest
It's fine.
timeline.
Oh god.
It's too perfect. Too perfect.
That's so cool!
Mhm.
So excited.
That's cool.
Yeah, Japan's pretty cool, I guess. Whatever.
Now, Bjorn,
Yes.
Xanta comes to you. Such impatience. And, you've been like, as everyone's like been pouring through these books, things you're kind of pacing around. It's like, do you know what this? Do you know what? Where are we there yet?
Look, I tried to read. I just don't know what's important, man.
He's like, he puts a skeletal, kind of bony hand on your chest. You have too much rage in here.
God, you sound like my parents. But
We'll
yeah,
do,
yeah,
Brian, we'll do.
I get that a lot. And he's like touching my chest. I was like, damn, dude, is he serious?
And he looks at you. There is one here who could help you. Locked away in their amber prison.
I'm listening.
if you are able to suppress this rage, this haste, you will tap into something much greater. I can sense it.
Look, man, I think I agree with you. You know, like, I think a lot of my family, you know, we had to learn to control animalistic, reckless behavior to really walk in the light of the ladies. And I think I'm ready. I think I'm done just flailing around and, like, you know, being a little bit crazy. I want to, you know, I'm ready to get serious about my holy mission, my real oath of vengeance to bring back the ladies.
Bless.
Will you accept this gift that will focus you on your path?
Well, in for a copper, in for a gold. Let's do it, man.
This way.
I follow my bone daddy.
You two, do not worry, he will be safe with me. You continue your research.
I
It's
guess
time for my time skip arc. I'm gonna go train with Jiraiya or whatever.
Oh, very well then. Have fun. And it goes back to.
I'm just like, it's on your head.
Everyone, sorry,
I'm
excuse
down for
the
today.
excuse the map. Crapping out for a second there. We've gone to the craft paper map. Let's drop back. This might help if we drop back to the other one. Yes, haha! I beat you all 20. So you follow him down the stairs. Yeah.
Yep.
Esmeralda and Edgar, you're not there. And he leads you past Ilana and Relena, still, you know, ceding to their deceased friends, and
Just really awkwardly walking by, like, okay, I don't see anything.
keep up the good work. And
Carry on.
you make your way over to where damage has broken fissures through the wall in that
Oh,
southeast corner, and
Finally.
squeezing through there. Let me just sort something. 2 seconds. Can you actually get
Okay.
through, or do I need to?
Yeah, I think I can. Yep. Oh my god. It's a big amber golem.
Not sure if
It's
I
okay.
want to.
Yeah, and it does move threateningly until Extantus is like, no, stop it.
We're cool, man. We're cool.
And you are over here.
We could have opened this door 3 sessions ago, and then we'd
Indeed.
have to fight an entire amber golem.
Yep.
I'm glad we
Again.
didn't. Good job,
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, honestly, fair.
Let me just do this. And yes, you squeeze past the amber golem, who's just looking threateningly at you in its impassive way, and you are able to look into the room beyond, which has excuse me. Where is the? There we go. Yeah, you can see beyond the amber golem just piles of treasure heaped against the east and west walls, as you can see on the map. Those are not destroyed amber vaults. And sorry, we're out of the preserved library. I have to get out of this now. There we go. Okay.
So, like, you're trying to tempt me with the treasure, or like, what is the whole deal here?
Excellency, don't touch it. Don't touch it. It is to
I'm
tempt lesser beings.
a literal bear guy. I don't need money.
Good. That's the way forward. Yes, indeed. Shake off material possessions. Embrace a higher calling. Yes. No, unless you want to get pulverized, I really would
You're
not
like
touch
really
any of-
Zen Buddhist for a Lich King. It's kind of weird.
I've been here a very long time. What can I say?
Fair, man. Meditate on it.
So yeah, you do see that 10-foot tall statue carved from amber in the likeness of a hawk-headed humanoid. Maybe similar to some things you'll see in Har Agir. It's
Wait, what?
Egyptian kind of style. Oh, look at the
Oh, I
art.
love
It's
the
it's so kind of Egyptian, right? So
It's very Horus.
Horus, thank you. That's what I was looking for. So yeah, there are thousands of coins and gems and rusted armor and things. So it can't be magical because it's all gone to shit. And there's like one silvered rapier, not magical but silvered, so it's been protected, and it has a pink glass hilt.
Cute.
Or a
You got
Sarah,
it.
yeah, totally.
It looks fragile, man.
One of them has like tens and tens of empty bottles, various pieces of jewelry, ceramic statues. There's a gilded skull sat on top of one of them, leering at you, and all sorts of stuff. You see different types of armor. There are elven helms, human ones, design-wise, and you walk past with Extanta leading the way to the doors in the south. Please be my guest.
Okie dokie.
And let me
Doors
just
to the
open
south.
those for you. There you go.
Sweet.
Now, as you open those doors, you do, realize you are back where you had been before, and you appear next to the giant statue with the stone balcony of the upper floor looming above you, which is what that dotted line is there.
Sweet.
And Extanta, I'm just not bothering moving his token, he's with you.
It's fine.
He gestures, and as you
Like
make your
wave
way...
at the fireball guy. We're like, hey
Well,
man, relax.
I was just going to say, as you make your way out from underneath that platform, there is a... Sorry, Sirenscape. Help me out here, mate. Where is it?
Quick, describe it for me. What do I hear?
This.
Wow.
And a...
Is it sand? No, it's fire.
It's a fire.
Yeah.
And a fireball whooshes out of the inky darkness of the statue's hood. But Extanta kind of just lazily lifts up an arm and just like freezes it in midair. And he's like, "No,
Hello,
Heinrich!
style.
No!" and
I
the
shout,
guy...
be
name is
cool,
Hydra?
man. We talked about this. Just go back to taking your dump.
And you hear an elderly man's voice that you'd heard before, Heinrich Stoltz, the elderly wizard hiding up there. And he's like, sorry, Extanta, I didn't notice. And Extanta...
Guy loves his job.
Very dedicated.
Extanta gestures over to that eastern corridor over here, if you'd like to make your way over.
Okie dokie.
I'll let everyone witness the arrival of Bjorn. Ta-da.
Da, 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 da.
I feel like
Fucking
this
God,
music
it's a
sounds like
dinosaur.
this music sounds like Darth Maul's about to show up.
Is that like...
You're on your own. I'm busy reading.
I know Mason knows this music because he's played Kingdom Hearts. It's that vibe of like you're in like that like final world where it's just like a mix of Sephiroth's music but also like really dark like church music. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
What? I'm confused. What's this? Sorry, there's new toys. Sorry, roll 20. Like a little menu popped up when I selected the dynamic lighting wall. Okay, sorry.
Cool.
What? Need to watch a roll 20 dev diary apparently. Okay. You. I'm on the wrong layer. I hate it when I do that. You, as I was saying, make your way over there, and there is that small doorway there, and Extanta says the command word. All these doors are locked with command words, and he says the command words to open it up. Actually, I think I can say, I think I have the command word.
We're taking
Yes,
in all of these.
Extanta comes coming over, and he just holds up a palm to the door and says, "Maverus," and the door swings open, and you see that within it has amber glazed walls and a blue marble floor and 3 amber sarcophagi standing in alcoves. And Extanta points to the one to the north and says, this is the one that I would recommend. Just what the doctor ordered.
Okay, but last time I was in a room like this, I got ambushed by Will Smith's The Genies. was not a good time.
And cue slap. And you let's see here. As you look into the amber, you do hear a voice whispering on the edge of your consciousness.
Yes. Yes. Come closer.
Okay.
I am Savnok, and I can shield your mind.
And Xanta's like, yes, that's the chap. Sevnok, yes.
Okay, pitch accepted. Let's do this. Before I change my mind, this is a little spooky.
This is great.
And you're gonna go over to that, yeah?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my hand on the amber. Sorry, this is like an amber statue, right?
Yes.
Sarcophagus,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I'm gonna put my hand on the
Yeah.
sarcophagus, and I just get like, I guess just like close my eyes and like wait to like accept this spirit.
And Savnok, the Inscrutable, to give their full name.
Sorry, Savnok.
Savnok, Savnok.
Savnok. Gonna write down the name of my new
I'll stick
patron, I guess.
I'll stick it in Roll20 chat.
Thanks, mate.
There you go.
Inscrutable.
Savnok the Inscrutable, yes, gives to you their dark gift, and it must be very moving because you feel almost like you're crying. It's like it feels like there's like liquid flowing down your cheeks, and you have the benefit of a mind blank spell.
Mind blank spell.
Cast on you. Permanently.
Whoa.
So what does that do?
You are immune to psychic damage.
Whoa.
You are
And?
immune to any effects that would sense your emotions or read your thoughts, divination spells, and the charmed condition.
Hold on. What? That's a lot. Can you okay.
I saw Chef's face, like, processing everything you just
Yeah.
said.
Wait, what? Immune to
That's
psychic
not all of it, though,
damage.
surely, is it?
Psychic damage, charm.
Yeah,
What else?
I'll put it in chat.
Thank you.
Um,
Keep
and
dropping those.
the spell even foils wish spells and spells or effects of similar power used to affect the target's mind or to gain information about the target. And as this incredible calm and shield and almost like a warm blanket just enfolds itself around your mind, you feel the anger. You feel the rage that has taken over you so many times.
I think
Starts to-
Bjorn is like
Yes, please.
crying a little bit, and it's like
That's what it feels
it
like,
starts
yeah.
off as like a single tear, and then it like starts like just gushing, and it's like a God, what's the thing that like Christians do to babies with like the water?
Blessing, baptism.
Baptism?
Baptizing?
Yes, it's
Yes.
like it's like he's being baptized by the like his own
own
tears
tears?
that are being like produced by this spirit, and like with like the tears. I think like
wait for it.
Bjorn's like is like a really like usually chill guy on the outside because he doesn't like show a lot of like a lot of stress, but I think that that results in him internalizing it, and he's just finally like letting it all go, and he no longer has like this rage inside of him, and he's just like all that rage is just washed away with these tears, and he finally stops crying and he opens his eyes. He's like, whoa.
Indeed.
That's pretty chill, man.
Along with this disconnect from the rage, there is another disconnect. as you feel that intrinsic link to your ancestors melt away.
Oh. Well,
Because you were an ancestral barbarian, right?
I was bear totem barbarian, actually.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that's that familial link to the family's totem, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's my family's totem.
Yeah. There's just sad music plays, and you just see a bear walking off into the woods.
There's actually no music playing right now.
We know what we're doing there. It was confirmed earlier.
Yeah. Well, someone in chat asked what the drawback is. 491 Phantom. I don't really care about my family anymore. 491 Phantom. That's what the drawback is. I'm like Aang when he gives up the idea of Katara to reach full Avatar state. That's me. I'm like okay with this. Just so many nerd references today.
But they're great.
Thank you.
It's good.
Okay, so Exanta turns. He's like, "Nah, splendid. Is that better? Don't you feel a centered calm?"
I feel a tranquility and the quiet, which allows me better to hear the hum of my faith, of the power from the mountain thing, from the Lady of the Mountain thing. And I'm more connected to her than I've ever been before.
I think
How does my shadow feel about this, by the way?
you should just say,
Full Home Alone.
Oh my god!
For those of you who are tuning in, we haven't talked about it yet all episode. I have a shadow that has sort of its own personality. It's called a dark gif, I think.
it is a bit frisky.
Yeah.
And Exanta's like, you are not the only one who is feeling that connection. And he gestures to your chest, and you look down, and the beads of your holy prayer beads of the Ladies of the Thanes are starting to glow. And Exanta's like, I think we need to go back to your friends. May I? And he reaches out a hand to you.
Yeah, I grab onto his bony claw.
Okay, and there is a whoosh of air and dust, and it completely envelops the both of you. And Edgar and Esmeralda, back in the main room, there is a sudden fluttering of the pages and the books and the tables and things as this air starts swirling around the space, and this column of swirling dust appears, and then there are two figures inside. And
it looks like Thor arriving in like Infinity War Part 2.
I haven't done that for quite some time. It got a bit messy.
Holding hands. I'm just like.
And yes, Bjorn and Exanta appear.
The werebear and the lich just holding hands show up.
And
your business, dude.
Bjorn, you look at Esmeralda and Edgar and you're like, what? As they're just staring at you like frozen mid-read. Their jaws dropped.
So I'm like chill now, and also my beads are glowing.
And your eyes have melted away.
Oh, fuck me, man. You just... Wait, what?
They were not tears running down your cheeks. They were your eyeballs.
Ew, oh my god. So, like, I don't know this yet, and no one said anything yet, so this is like, what, guys? Like, I'm chill. Is that so bad?
You can see perfectly normally.
Yeah. I'm making direct eye contact with
Exanta's like, he's like, oh, yes, that.
What? No one said anything.
Exanta, please, Bjorn, would you please like to explain, please?
Explain that I'm chill and my beads are glowing? I've done that twice now, man.
I have a mirror in my bag.
Do you pull it out?
I do.
Okay. I guess I just look at it and be like, well, I did say in for
your
a
face
goal,
is mission
didn't
important.
I?
Got like goop on your face.
Oh no, it's in my beard. Whatever, man. I guess I'm like okay with it.
Bjorn, You are
Your eyes
a
is
scary
melting.
sight. It could cause problems in town. Luckily, you're,
Trying
you're
to
Fine.
play
bit of
a really
worthless guy.
chill character after playing like basically a class clown is actually an acting difficulty
Bjorn.
because I want to overact.
Wait, why
Yeah,
don't you give me a
man,
mirror when your eyes are melted away? I don't know what I was thinking. Never mind.
Look, I'm still looking.
Anyway.
I can still
Yo-
see.
Bjorn, keep your eyelids closed. Can you still see?
Can I
Do
still
you
see,
have
John?
eyelids?
No,
It's just like empty sockets.
they do act normally as if you had eyes there. Yeah, they
I don't
do.
know. Like, if I were to wear a blindfold, would I be able to see?
You don't think so, no. No,
Oh,
they seem to
okay.
be seeing normally. No.
No, I
the mind
can't
blank
see
spell
if
was
I-
gift enough.
Yeah. I can't see if I close my eyelids. I think it's purely cosmetic.
Mhm.
I'm going to have to change my character art. I
It's
look
okay.
directly into the camera.
I could just go into MS Paint and just like
Black those out on
Black.
MS. We paid a professional artist to make beautiful art, and then we go to MS Paint. Oh, excellent. Top tier.
what needs to be done? What needs to be done? Sorry, Emma.
Needs to be done, yeah, man. Look, it's not a big deal. I wasn't really using the eyes, and I can still see. It's fine. Whatever.
I can't guarantee that you'll get that, willingness to interact with people from everybody else. I'm glad you're all right, but you look horrified.
I like wear those glasses that have the eyes painted on. It's cool.
Like the sleep masks.
Yeah. Just wear goggles.
As you appear,
I put on sunglasses.
Yeah.
Xthanta says, "Oh, I better get out of the way. This is not for me." And he
Yeah,
steps.
sorry, Arnie's demand. Did you visualize your eyes melting and then getting stuck in your beard? Because that's what I just had to visualize.
And he just steps back and just like plops down in that armchair and like steeples his bony fingers. As the three of you feel a force joining you together, and Edgar, you're pulled in to a triangle kind of formation there, and the three of you stand together, and much like the teleportation spell that Xthanta just used, the air starts to swirl around you, and the pages on the books all start to rustle and flap back and forth. And Esmeralda, you feel a tug on your clothing as your Tarokka cards emerge from your where you're
Well, that's
keeping them.
unexpected. They don't usually have mind of their own.
And 2 seconds here. Let's do this a bit. And as there we go. As they emerge out from your pack, you feel your feet leave the ground, and you
Those
look
has
and
never
you see that
happened
Bjorn
before. Okay.
and Edgar are also starting to leave the ground as well, and you're hovering in the air as this wind whips about you, your hair flying about your faces, and Sporlax is like holding on for dear life, and
With the what? With his
and
mouth?
the
Oi!
It's like, for fuck's sake. Oh, by the way, speaking with Quincy being in there before, it was Quincy's one shot that was Sporlax's backstory. That first one they did with us.
Full circle.
Anyway, as you are being lifted up, Esmeralda, your Tarokka cards start to swirl in the air about you in like a spiral kind of helix pattern almost.
Okay,
and-
if it's controlled movement, then I'm okay with it.
And
That's
they
what
are
I've been doing.
and they are starting to glow, as are Edgar's and Bjorn's necklace beads, and they're elevating up and hovering in front of their chests as you lift up. And Edgar and Esmeralda, much like Esmeralda's art, your eyes just go white. Bjorn's, yours are just empty sockets still. Sorry.
Welcome to the club.
And all of you are whisked away and experience separate visions.
Ooh.
as Bjorn finally taps in and breaks through the rage and connects with the ladies of the Thanes.
I'm breaking the habit tonight.
Esmeralda, you find yourself on a swiftly moving carriage, a barrel-topped wagon of the Vistani, beside you as it jolts and bumps its way through the Svalych woods. You see Madame Ava at the reins, urging the horses forward. As you go clattering around a corner and break out of the trees, you see in front of you the drawbridge and the looming towers of Castle Ravenloft. And as you go flying into the courtyard, your body is raised up out of the seat and flies almost spectrally through the corridors, swooping down into the catacombs towards where you know Lady Vanta Blackspire resides, contained within her prison, along with Count Strahd von Zarovich and his parents. And as you are speeding through the catacombs, you see that blue energy wavering, and all about you, flying alongside you, is this swarm of ravens, as we can hear. This is what you heard before. And as you are speeding through the catacombs, you see that blue force field in front of you, and you kind of bring your arms up as if it's going to collide with it, but you pass through it effortlessly. And you see, stood there in front of that stone throne, the lady herself, Lady Vanta Blackspire, her hair whipping around her as this wind and this energy is forcing you through. And she looks up, and she holds up from her necklace around her neck there the amulet of Ravenkind. And she says, "You'll need this." And as soon as that scene's happened, you are drawn out, thrown out of the same window as your mentor and teacher was.
How dare you remind me?
You are plunged into the open air and starts to fall down and down, the swarm of ravens swirling around you, twirling this way and that. And as they become thicker and thicker, you find yourself flying towards the ruins of the Bone Grinder, and you see the stone circle beyond it. And as you crash into the ground, stood in front of the stone circle, emerging from the center of the stone circle, you see a version of Edgar, Esmeralda, and Bjorn, but there is an evil glint in their eyes, and you hear a voice. "You must confront the worst that may be, the worst that could happen." And as you lunge into combat, battling against these copies of yourselves, you defeat them, but then rising up out of the ground, you see a large sarcophagi, not an amber one, but one with a serene face and hieroglyphics carved all over the outside. As it opens, lunging out comes a giant mummy, its bandages whirling and tattered in the wind. As it lunges towards you, you thrash out with your sword, destroy the creature. It explodes into dust, and you see a single canopic jar sat where the mummy had stood. You reach out and grasp onto the canopic jar with a jackal-like head on the top. And as you do, you see the mists before you, and you are pulled by this canopic jar through the mists, and you emerge on the other side in bright sunshine, blinding to the eye, and you see shifting sands, dunes, pyramidal columns, and huge burial pyramids rising up out of the sands as worshippers fall to their knees, praying to the pharaoh kings of this forgotten land. And the scene starts to darken and go out of view. Now, Edgar.
Marina, I wish you could hear the music for that. That was intense as hell.
No.
That
Me sad.
was a rather nice remix by what's the guy's name? I forget the guy's name. It's a really cool epic. If you do epic remix of the Moon Knight thing.
Oh.
I'll have to listen to
I
afterwards.
thought, yeah,
I haven't
Egyptian.
seen Moon Knight yet. Yeah, very Egyptian.
Egyptian connection, I thought. Edgar, you do not emerge in such a hectic appearance as you find yourself wading through swamp water, back in the woods, back near home, perhaps? And there are the bugs and frogs and all of the creatures singing to you as they do. But there is also a discordant, strange music echoing through the trees. And beyond the mangroves and the twisted trees and the hanging moss, you can see lanterns around an opening in the swamp. And as your view moves forward, even though you don't will it, you see figures moving, cavorting, dancing around the swamp glade with lanterns bobbing on strings above in the trees. And you see her, Baba Lysaga, jumping this way and that, cavorting around with various carnival performers. There are fire breathers and gestures, but the jokes are cruel and the laughs cold. And standing over all of them, you see a tall figure in heavy-looking armor, a vicious-looking spear clasped in its gauntleted fist. But the helm is crafted to look almost like a jester's face, with the baubled peaks of the cap replaced by twisted iron, as a master of cruelties overlooks the proceedings. And you see, as the performance gets wilder and more unbound, you can see Barovians there, clapping delightedly, bewitched by what's going on. And then it becomes a bloodbath. But your vision plunges forward, grabs hold of Baba Lysaga, and visits on her the punishment that she dealt out to those poor forest folk priestesses, as your hand plunges into her chest, as her eyes go wide with shock, and you pull her beating heart from her chest and retreat away from this macabre carnival scene, out towards the rushing side of a river and the stone circle that you recognize as that of the Swamp Thane outside the flooded town of Berez. You arrive at the stone circle and you place the heart at the foot of the main stone, and you sense all around you the intense life force that's evident in all of the things in the swamp and all of Barovia. The weave that you know the weaver plucks at the strings of is connected to, it flows through every living thing. It's the force. And you feel this connection to all of it. And as the heart is consumed by the stone circle, there is a fluttering of something. And you look to it instinctively and reach out and grab it. And you bring it down, and it's a rectangle of curled, colourful paper. A ticket. And you are drawn through the mists, pulled by this mist talisman, and you emerge on the other side, and you see, stretched out before you, a huge array of tents and marquees and lights dancing and laughter. But again, it has that sinister edge to it, and you find yourself at the carnival. Bjorn.
Hit me, dude, I'm ready. Oh, the music
You
changed.
find yourself trudging through the snows of the mountains here in the south towards where you know the werewolf den to be. That large wolf-like visage carved into the side of the mountain, where the werewolves, unironically it seems, call their home. And as you move, you realize you are not alone. Skulking across the snows are dark shadows, wolves and bears, loping through the snow, and you know that they are lycanthropes in their shifted forms, not natural creatures. And you know that this place was once special to the Lady of the Mountain Thanes. The Lady of the Mountain Thanes who was responsible for creating the werewolves and werebears of Barovia, much as the Lady of the Forest Thane, the one who looks always to the future, was responsible for creating the were-ravens here, the ancestors of the Keepers of the Feather. You see a distant hillside far across the valley from the hills, the mountaintop here. And you recognize it to be Yester Hill, right on the borders of Barovia, with the wall of mist rising up behind it. And you see, unmistakably, the tangled limbs scratching up at the sky of the poisoned Gulthias tree, that sacred site of the Lady of the Mountain Thanes. You are drawn off the mountainside, across the space between you and the hill, and you see the Gulthias tree coming closer and closer. You plunge into the earth between its roots, but you are not impacted against the earth itself. You find yourself in a tunnel, winding down, nothing that you've ever seen before, nothing you were aware was here, and it plunges down beneath the Gulthias tree, through its roots to its very core, and you find yourself in a dungeon twisting this way and that, and you know that you are on the outskirts of the realm of the dead that the Lady of the Mountain Thane looks over, the Huntress looking on and making sure that those souls go where they are supposed to. As you make your way down, you see a vast cavern at the center of this dungeon, and in the middle of this, there is a broken gateway. 2 pillars rising up on either side with a crossbeam across the top. The upper of the 2 crossbeams rising up on the left and right. For Shez, it's a torii gate from a Shinto shrine. And it is leaning haphazardly, broken and damaged, and you see standing, framed by this torii gate, a warrior with draconic armor, it seems, and a wide-brimmed hat, as they stand there looking towards you, 2 eyes glowing menacingly in their skull of a face. This travesty to the Huntress, this joke against what should be dead. This creature looks to you as you witness this foe challenge. You draw your magical sword and charge forward, clashing against this undead samurai. And as you battle to and fro, dancing through the torii gate again and again, you finally find the hole in its defenses, duck through the dancing blade, and plunge your new magical sword into this warrior's chest. As he falls back, clattering in his armor to the ground, his arm falls outstretched, and in his palm, you see, was grasped a small cloth packet. It has gold stitching on the outside of the colourful fabric, a family crest, and some markings in Draconic. A talisman. And Omamori.
Hold on, let me get one.
Yeah, please show what I'm talking about.
There.
Just like that.
This is for studying specifically, but
There's
yeah.
Triforce in the back. There's
And
Triforce.
Actually, that Triforce I've seen on a lot of Omamori. I think it's just like a protection symbol.
Triforce. Too late.
And As you reach
Every
out
traffic
to...
safety one has this as well. Like, just try for us.
Okay. As you reach out and grasp this talisman, you find the cavern around you disappearing into mists, and you are drawn through those mists. And as they start to thin and you appear on the other side, you see a nighttime view of another valley, but this is definitely not Barovia. There are tiered fields, terraces of long green-leaved plants swaying in the wind, and a dirt track leading through to a white-walled, dark-roofed castle in 3 layers, rising up out of the rice fields.
Full Japanese castle.
It is.
I look at my shadow, I'm like, I don't think we're in Barovia anymore, man.
Shrugs. Bows respectfully. And you find yourself in the newest of the domains of dread, Yujo.
It's nice so far. I'm sure it's very
None
nice.
of you, I checked, none of you speak Draconic, so I'm afraid you don't know what that means.
Look, I'm on Wanikani all the time, right? I just haven't gotten that level yet.
And the 3 of you witness these sights, and emerging out of the sands, out between the tents, out of the castle, you see 3 entities. The ladies of the Thanes. Bjorn, Edgar, you recognize them from descriptions you've heard, things that you've seen. And you see them reaching towards you as the Seeker, the Weaver, and the Huntress call to you. Find us. Help us. Take us home. But it's not now. It is not here, and it's certainly not by yourself that you're to do this. And you are drawn back. Back through the mists. Back through the valley of Barovia. Back up the mountainside. Back to the Amber Temple. And as your vision clears and you feel the touch of the ground beneath your feet as you lower slowly down, you find yourselves back in the Amber Temple. Extanta, the Lich, looking at you eagerly, expectantly, and you now know where you need to go, what you need to do as you saw how to reconsecrate the sites of the Ladies of the Thanes, and you saw how to collect those mist talismans to travel through the mists to their prisons in the other domains of dread, and you saw where you need to go as the 3 of you travel through Barovia and beyond. Psychon already gone. Okay, hey, welcome back. Sorry, every time you say the name of the campaign, you have to do that.
Yeah, the music was like really like climactic. Like, oh, as soon as this music started playing, I was like, we're gonna do like a cliffhanger ending. It's gonna be like, you know, like how Harry Potter was in 2 parts, how Stranger Things like season 4 is gonna be in like 2 parts. Yeah, it's one of those things.
I was very tempted, but I didn't want to do Scarlet the disservice of not bigging up her one shot on Monday. I need to say what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Sorry, excuse me. Thank you for
That
indulging
was
me.
dope. That was a lore dump of an episode, but I love every second of it.
Indeed. And I was been looking forward to it so much. It's like, this is it. We know what to do. This is what this entire homebrew campaign is about.
So, like, does anyone have to kill a samurai, or is that just me? Am I the only one who has to fight a fucking samurai?
Okay. So,
I got lots of sand.
that is all for today. Thank you, my dear adventurers, and thank you, everyone, for joining us. The Fist of Tidron, excuse me. Dungeons and Dragons, more like Dungeons and Dragons, am I right? It was a bit heavy there for a moment. Peanut, thank you for the bits. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves and that you have enjoyed being here with us on our adventures. We have enjoyed you being here very much. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Oh, thank you, Arnis the Man. I'm glad you found us today.
What a high compliment.
Well, Arnis the Man, if you enjoy Phoenix Aweki, there are plenty of opportunities to come and join us again. In a mere 10 hours from now, we will be plunging through into the Feywilds as we join our adventurers in Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Then, tomorrow is the finale, the final session of our mini Deadlands campaign, as we return for the last time with Josh the Pirate of Corsair's Cove, GM Josh leading the way, and Chase and Swag from our channel here, as we are our cowboys for the last time, and we plunge into the Weird West to try and defeat all of the eldritch threats that are looming up in Coffin Rock for the last time. And I hope you can join us for that. Then on Saturday, we are back with Candlekeep Mysteries, which will bring us around to next week. Monday, we have a very special one-off. We are championing the work of the fabulous Scarlet Song. Here is the link for her stuff. Most prominently and foremost is her Patreon. She is creating beautiful art and adventures monthly for you to drop into your games or play as one-shots, and we are going to be featuring one of those one-shots with Bjorn here in a different guise, with Swag, who you'd recognize from the One-Shot Roulette character creation streams, and our very special guest, Dead Aussie Gamer. Come and see what's in store for them as they enjoy playing characters without randomly rolled stats. Dag was like, I get to make my own character? Oh, thank God. He was so pleased. He only ever gets to play random One-Shot Roulette games. And we will be rolling around after we've shown the wonderful work of Scarlet into Rime with the Frost Maiden, and then down into the Underdark for Out of the Abyss, and back here into Barovia as our adventurers now have their mission and are ready.
When do you sleep, man? When do you
Two
sleep?
eyeballs.
When I'm not running a business and being a father of four.
Oh my God. So you don't sleep.
Okay. Oh, Baron's playing in one of Scarlet's one-shots the day before us. Nice. Cool.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah, let's compare notes after the session, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. No spoilers, please, Baron. Okay, right. Thank you, everybody. So, last chances if you want to get into our giveaway to win a copy of the fantastic Encounters in Ravenloft or Encounters in Barovia, your choice. ! Enter in the chat for that chance. If you have enjoyed yourself here and are not already, please consider giving us a follow, like the fabulous Arnie's the Man. He's still the man. And yes, I don't sleep. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Baron. Yeah, ! Enter to jump in that giveaway there, and you can join us there. And as I said, also, yes, if you want to give us a follow and enjoy some more adventures on the channel over here, there's plenty of them going around. And oh, Peanut, thank you for staying up with us.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God,
And-
you're in New Zealand. Nice.
It's midnight here in Japan. But
Oh,
I'm like ready
Arnie's
to
the Man
fade
with a
away.
subscription as well. Thank you so much, my
He is the
friend.
man.
Thank you. You are indeed. Keep those lights a burning. Thank you so much, Arnie.
Just tune in on Monday for me to do like a bad pirate voice, and tune in back on Thursday for me to do my terrible Eastern European.
Spoiled for choice. Spoiled for choice.
I have two voices, and it's pirate and kind of like shady Eastern European. What do you mean, man?
A massive thank you, Arnie. That means so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's, everything.
Thanks, Arnie, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's support, like the bits and the subs and everything. Thank you, Carney
Truly
Sideshow
good
as well
man.
earlier on today, giving us that subscription. And carrying on, thank you, Peanuts. It's all of that wonderful support that keeps all of this stuff going. So thank you so much for all of that. And thank you, Annie. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Do join us again sometime soon. And good luck in the giveaway. I am closing those entries now, folks. We've got a fair few
everybody.
peeps in. Good luck, everyone, indeed. Boom! Okay, entries of the giveaway are all in. Good luck tonight's copy of... Thank you, Sirenscape, for making this super epic. The copy of Encounters in Ravenloft or Encounters in Barovia is going to... Bolly Firesmith! Yay! Regular visitor to our channel here. Congratulations! Congratulations! Thank you, Phantom. Oh, thank you for the cheer, Anonymous Cheerer.
We're so close.
Anonymous Cheerer.
Got it.
Okay, hype train incoming!
Love it.
Thank you, Anonymous Cheerer, for tipping over the scales there. Okay.
Yay.
A massive, massive thank you, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you all here. Thank you so much. We hope to see you very soon. Just let me give you some exciting news about what's coming up. As we had the wonderful Quincy's Tavern in here before, we will be joining the Games Tavern with our fantastic charity stream for No Kid Hungry, all of our regular campaigns, and 2 very special one-shot roulette games. The first, we will be joined by Kelsey from the Arcane Library, one of our favourite writers, and the fabulous James Hake, the lead designer and the project lead for the recent Critical Role book, The Call of the Netherdeep, and the lead writer and game designer over at Ghostfire Gaming, and the writer on What's the Deep Dragon Heist, which was the first campaign I ever DM'd. And we will also be joined by Cleveland Browns fullback Johnny Stanton, who will be phoning in to join us, and as well as Esmeralda here, and Michael, who is Xenicus in Curse of Strahd. I cannot wait to play with you guys. Then the second game, we'll be joined by Des Aussie Gamer again, and the fabulous Quincy's Tavern, as well as some very special guests from Perception Studio, as we have Brian and Cucumber, the Felted Friends, as well as Ryan, the DM, joining us for that second. Just it's the idea of Dag and Quincy and Cucumber
Completely bonkers.
in a one-shot roulette game. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good.
I'm
Fuck,
so
I cannot wait.
excited.
It's gonna be amazing. Okay, everybody. Mr. Peanut. Yeah, don't worry, Peanut. If you give us a follow, then I will give you that invitation in our in your Twitch whispers. So let me. I'll find that for you after. Right. Okay, everybody. That is all for today. Thank you so much for joining us. It's very late over this end of the world, so we will have to say goodbye. But
Even later in New Zealand.
yes.
Yeah. Thank you
Just
for
be
being with us the whole time. Goodness.
Thanks for
Indeed.
hanging out, mate.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to
And let's see who's streaming. Any of our stream team on at the moment?
Any suggestos?
No, doesn't seem like it at the moment. Yep, none of the stream team are on. So let's head over to one of my fellow countrymen, as was a fellow Brit, the fantastic. Let's see here, the fantastic Hippog TV. Who's
the guy
doing
that
some?
paints his stuff?
No, that's Mike Mons. That was the painter. He does. This is the guy who does homebrew and like campaign chats and chatting about D&D stuff.
Hey.
And he jumped in and gave us a follow recently. So let's go and show them some love. If
do
you're
it.
not already, do give them a follow. They're a really cool streamer and lots of nice D&D streams going on over there. And let those phoenixes fly, as we like to fill up their chats when we arrive. So we will see you all again very, very soon. Thank you again for everything today. It was a wonderful session. And we can't wait to see you again in the near future. Now,
When we fight
us-
samurais
Indeed. Soul
and
Wars
clowns,
RPG,
I
thank you
guess.
for
We're
that.
like, we're gonna go to a carnival.
Oh, I have a good baddie for that.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh.
You.
Okay. Hippog TV.
Hello,
Right,
Soul
okay,
Wars
everyone.
RPG.
Soul Wars RPG, thank you very much. Following y'all with the other account. Whose other account? Who is it?
Almost not all
The
of
other
your
one,
accounts.
John. The other one, of course.
Apparently. I'm
Find
curious-
each of our socials and our home addresses.
What? No, you skip that
Literally
one.
follow me in real
Oh,
life.
that's Arnie again. Thank you, mate.
Spawn
Yes.
around chicken.
Okay.
Right, okay, everyone, thank you so much, and we will see you all again very, very soon. Stick around for the raid, get yourself some drink pies so you can give advantage to these beleaguered adventurers in the future, as they are going to go a few rough times, I think, and we shall see you all again very soon. Thank you, everyone. Stick around for the raid if you've got to let those phoenixes fly, but for real this time, as we like to say around these parts, Oyasumi Nasai. Oyasumi!
Oyasumi Nasai.
Thank you!
Mason